Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. See money differently.
Dimadekwana, good evening, South Africa. You're watching Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance, and I'm your host, Ropiwa Madzena. Today, we're starting a series of educational conversations about all things money, with a special focus on insurance and how it helps you prepare for surprises which can throw you off your personal finances plan. Now, I know when we talk about money, it can stir up all kinds of feelings. In homes and relationships, it's often a no-go zone. We can talk about anything else, but don't you dare talk about my money. But here's the thing, life can change in a second. A car crash, a break into your home, an unexpected illness, or worse, loss of a loved one through death. And when that happens, it can wipe out all your savings or even land you in loans unless you're prepared. It is also Youth Month here at home, so it's only right that we kick off this new season of Money Matters powered by Nedbank Insurance with young people front and center, because it's never too early to start making smart money moves. Studies show that most South Africans do not have savings to last a month if they did not receive one salary. They do not have enough to last them 30 days. Imagine that. But what is even more concerning is that most families are not able to cope with living expenses like buying food for their families and paying school fees after deaths of a loved one. There is usually funeral cover, but the family is left on their own after the funeral has soon passed and everyone leaves. We can change this. You can change it, because it starts with you. Here are the difficult questions you might ask yourself. Is your family covered in case of a sudden loss? Do you trust your insurance to pay out when you or your loved ones need it the most? Do you fully understand the terms and conditions of your insurance? Please join us as we address these and other questions with experts who will educate us about facts and myths of insurance and how to ensure you do not leave your family in debt when the unexpected loss happens. We are all out living our lives, buying cars, raising kids, taking care of our families, but life does not warn you before it throws a curveball, and we want to ensure your family is ready.
Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. It's not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day. In partnership with Alex FM, Westside FM, Sosha FM, Kofifi FM, Teta FM, Izwilo Mzansi, Radio Kwezi, Highway Radio, Bembe FM, Alfred Nzo FM, Mahiken Radio, Nkangala Radio, Radio CK FM, Radio Zibonele. Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. See money differently.
To help us make sense of all things insurance, I'm joined by Dr. Darlene Kalonji-Mbukula, affectionately known as Dr. D. Dr. D heads client experience at Nedbank Insurance, a division responsible for research and design of insurance solutions at Nedbank, and also manages all facets of insurance-related customer experience, including, because those do happen, complaints. Dr. D has more than 20 years of experience in banking and insurance services, and therefore best placed to help us make sense of all things money and insurance related. She holds a PhD in business management with a focus on financial inclusion, a master's in business leadership, and a BCom in financial management. She is a Gibbs certified business and executive coach, and recently completed an executive master's in behavioral science at the London School of Economics. Welcome to the show, Dr. D.
Thank you very much, and good evening to all our listeners across the country. We are proud to launch this series during International Insurance Month.
Thank you very much. So let's kick it off with what makes Nedbank Insurance different from other products that are out in the market?
Thanks. Yeah, that's pretty simple, right? So Nedbank is a brand that is already trusted with people's money. So offering insurance was really the next step in supporting our clients through their personal finance journey. Because we are in insurance within a bank, we often know enough about our clients, in terms of matching their lifestyle with really less hassle because of the use of data, etc. So we call it insurance that you can bank on every day. We offer a full range of insurance solutions ranging from life cover, funeral cover, building, home contents, car, insurance, and all things that you really carry out of your home, like your phones and bags, etc.
Insurance you can bank on every day. I like that, Doc. You came on board as a sponsor to these conversations about money matters and, of course, insurance.
Yeah.
What are you hoping these conversations will achieve?
So we are supporting these money matters conversations because people don't talk enough about money, including in families, right? So talking about money may be uncomfortable, but very necessary. So we see these conversations as an opportunity to engage about all things money, especially on how to ensure that you have a plan to cover for the unexpected losses in your life, what we all know is insurance.
Yeah, I mean, that's very interesting because insurance is a very sensitive topic, especially because many people have heard about insurance claims being declined. What's your view on that?
That's a very fair concern, and in many ways why we seek to educate society about insurance and how to ensure that you don't end up in a situation where you've paid for insurance for years only for your claim to be declined. It is also important that you take insurance cover that you can trust, which is really our first priority at Nedbank Insurance. Our policies are easy to understand. Our claims processes are simple. To date, we've paid out over 1 billion in claims over the past 5 years.
Wow.
We pay out funeral claims within 30 minutes after receiving all relevant documentation, which allows families to focus on funeral arrangements instead of worrying about whether a claim will be paid out or not.
That's impressive, Dr. D. Quick payouts matter, especially in times of grief.
Yeah.
But let's get practical. A lot of people question if they should even be taking out insurance at all,
Sure.
especially if they are still young. They'll ask themselves, why do I need to take out insurance when I can just save for an unexpected loss or a rainy day?
Sure. As you correctly indicated earlier, Rafua, that most people do not have savings to cover living expenses for a month if their salary was not paid. So how will they cope with a sudden loss, a car crash, or even the unexpected damage at home? Insurance is different to savings in that there is an agreed payout in case of loss. So regardless of how much you've paid in monthly premiums, if, for example, right, you have saved 100 rands every month for a year, that adds up to 1,200 in savings. But an insurance premium of 100 rands can provide 20,000 insurance cover within the same period. So savings and insurance solutions serve different needs. Insurance covers you for those unexpected losses, which usually require money that you may not have at the time of loss.
I mean, that does make a lot of sense. And excuse me if I might be a little bit naive here, but I think about it and I think, well, if you're still young, why would you need things like life cover?
Yeah.
Is that not for old people?
And we hear that a lot from young people, but death knows no young or old. Young people tend to overvalue today. They want immediate gratification over future planning. Insurance is often perceived as a later in life thing, something to consider only when one has dependents or assets, not while navigating early career instability. This is why insurance should be seen as part of a broader personal financial plan. We should reflect your own needs and personal circumstances at point in time and should be reviewed as your life changes. A single young person in their 20s may worry more today about perhaps car damages or loss of a cell phone or laptop, but later on, as they settle down, they will worry about loved ones in their lives, which may mean solutions like funeral cover and life cover also then become important. Also, don't forget about breadwinners within families, right? right? The so-called black tax, where the person is often the only person with a stable job in the family, and they have to bear family losses, often extending, to grandparents, etc. There are a lot of good reasons to ensure that you are covered for unexpected losses at any life stage, really.
Dr. D, thank you so much for all those incredible insights. Many things about the insurance space I didn't know before our conversation. So we really do appreciate you breaking down the insurance landscape for us in great detail. And you've heard it there from Dr. D, but she doesn't go away. She'll be back a little bit later on to discuss issues around facts and fiction within the insurance landscape. Later on, we'll be taking some of your voice notes to get your questions and comments, but we're also going to get an opportunity to hear from some of the clients because they provide the insurance to different customers, that being Nedbank Insurance, but we also have to get the client experience. Catch you after the break.
You're listening to Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. It's not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day. What makes Nedbank Insurance different? This is not just any other insurance. This is insurance that lives inside your bank. Insurance you can trust. You don't need 5 different service providers. You don't need to be an insurance expert, and you sure don't need to be wealthy to be protected. We offer cover you can manage from one place. Whether you walk into a branch, use the Nedbank app, or speak to us on the phone. Trust isn't just a promise, it's a commitment we keep when you need us the most. Ready to move to insurance you can trust? Visit the nearest Nedbank branch. Find us online on nedbank.co.za/insurance. Use the Nedbank Money app or call us on 0800 333 111. Nedbank Insurance is not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day. Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. See money differently.
Welcome back to Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. Now we've got to hear from the insurance provider, the different products that they have and how they want to take care of customers. But it's also important to hear from those customers and their experiences. We've got 2 such people today. Dumelo, Melanie, thank you very much for joining us. Dumelo, I want to start with your experience with Nedbank Insurance. What happened and how did it come through for you, the product that you chose to take out with them?
No, thank you for having me. So I'm Dumelo, I'm 52 years old. I have a young family. And December, driving around festivities, got involved in an accident. Yeah, it was a really stressful time. But fortunately, I had spoken to Nedbank. I took a cover because I was just worried, or I work hard for my family, and if anything was
could
to
happen,
and I have a young girl, so if anything was to happen to me or to my wife, it's those smaller things they'll realize, or what advice I get to cover yourself this way. I was told which one is suitable for me, and I didn't even know how insurance can go beyond just covering a car. They can even cover the other person. I don't know, they said it's third party or so. So they gave me a courtesy car immediately when I took my car for quotations. And they helped me to see which quotation was better. They gave me an option, the people or the companies that can fix my car. I didn't have to run around. So they took the best quotation, gave me a courtesy car. I could still run around le family, I could take it to school, all the sporting activities. Within a short period of time, actually, when I called, the person on the other side gave me exactly what I needed to do, step by step. The nice one, every day they would inform me, okay, this is the steps on. Your car is ready for collection. Please drop your car off.
And how important is that for you to have that efficiency? Because that's what I'm hearing from you, efficient service.
Insurance is a grudge buy for some of us. You're thinking, if a car, I can always go and get another car. But you don't realize when they carry your hand step by step, it becomes easier because my wife asks a lot of questions. How far are they?
Which woman
what
doesn't?
Happened? What, and
Yeah.
and every time she asked questions, I could answer exactly the way Nedbank answered me. It's like they knew, okay,
You're going to get an
would be
interrogation.
there you go.
Yeah.
So all those interrogations, I had all the answers for them.
Yeah.
And it made life easier for me. So yes, that efficiency at Tusa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you afraid or concerned at all at any stage that when you put through the claim, it might be declined?
Yay.
Or were you comfortable with the service you were going to get?
Yay.
Yeah.
When I bought the insurance to start with, I thought it was going to be expensive. Okay? It was okay. When the moment of truth occurred, all I thought of is people say insurance, they always decline. The purpose of insurance is to decline. And I must tell you, I was shaking Aniki phone, and but they held my hand, man. They were so friendly. To show you about professional, they started by apologizing for my accident. Oh no, sorry
amazing.
about that. And then, are you fine? Is everybody fine? And even the other party, they had a conversation with the other party, to see who was wrong.
All the facts, yeah.
So I didn't have to go to any lawyer. I didn't have to go to any outside institutional person. Dealt with one person, dealt with one department. Look at me now. There's my car outside.
Look at you now. Thank you. And you say it with such a smile on your face. Melanie, you are smiling too. I'm assuming even in your darkest period in your life, you were able to get some good service from Nedbank Insurance. Tell us about that.
Oh, thank you for having me as well, Rafia. Just not so long ago, we just abruptly lost my husband, right? And we're just a young couple and just a teenage daughter. And he just collapsed, and I got a call that my husband has collapsed and he didn't wake up.
Condolences, yeah.
Thank you very much. But also with that, I remember that he had taken up, funeral policy. And with that, it helped because I was able to bury him with a dignified burial. And I've also heard with other places, especially where we were before, that, they don't always pay on time. And then people will end up having to wait for over a week for them to pay. And in this case, it wasn't the case.
Or maybe the funeral happens before they pay. Yeah.
So I've heard many stories with everybody. But now that we actually had the experience, it was quite just, wow, it took a lot of relief just to know that they were able to help us. And they were very kind, that they, firstly they tell you, condolences, etc., as if they know you, and they don't, But nonetheless, that happened. And as after the funeral, one was really worried because now I have a teenage daughter. How am I going to get by? And my husband was a sole provider. That's how we had planned our life. That at some point I'm going to stay at home, take care of my daughter. And then when she's done, then we can decide on what we're doing. And we're even talking about having a business of some sort eventually. So he was taking care. And I was like wondering, what am I going to do? I've been out of the workspace for so long. And then, that was it. But then during the week after we buried him, I get a call again from Nedbank. They say that they had taken out a life insurance policy.
Wow.
Of
That's
about 3
amazing.
million rands. And that really, really just gave me that sense of relief because I was already worried, how am I going to take care of my kids, And yeah, they did that. And also, they paid a small amount before, like before the whole payment, they gave me amount. And it actually helped with
From the life insurance,
From the life
right?
insurance.
Yeah.
So they gave me money up front to basically take care of the funeral. I mean, after the funeral, people always come, they want teas and all these things. And then after that, the family's left with almost nothing. And remember, I don't work most. But that helped with the day-to-days. My daughter was able to go back to school and have lunch and all those things. And whilst I was waiting for the payout. It was very easy process, even with the insurance for death. Sorry, the funeral policy. They just asked for just very straightforward documentation that were there, sent them, and the payout was very swift. It was very quick. I mean, within 24 hours, everything was dealt with. Wow. So it was really comforting to know that this bank really does say what they're going to say.
So for you, it was important that you can pick up your phone and speak to a consultant and get everything done within 30 minutes to an hour maximum. And that was your experience.
Very much so. I mean, like I said, were a bit demakar during that time, you don't know anything and you don't even know what's next. And then you have everybody trying to help, but they're not helping with the real things that you need help with. And then Nedbank just felt like it was a big sister next to me,
Yeah.
So now my daughter whose future can be taken care of. University is coming along and everything. So I don't have to worry. And we can also just be comfortable. I paid off my house and
wow.
we used to,
Congratulations.
you. We used to buy,
Yeah.
have a bond like everybody else. And now the house is paid up and whatever's left there is for my daughter's future and for us to just also be comfortable. So my husband really did make it a point that the payment was done and I'll be taken care of. Our daughter will be taken care of. And yes.
Maybe you can open that business in his name one day.
We will. I mean, really, yes,
never know.
I miss my husband, but he's taking care of us even in his absence. And he made sure that the payout was in my name and my daughter's as beneficiaries so that we don't have issues again with family,
Oh, yeah.
We know how it goes when family and money are involved, but that's a discussion in its entirety on its own,
I
right?
must consider as well that one.
Yeah,
I
you
must
should,
consider
you
it,
should.
Yeah, no, thank
And
you
you're
so
quite
much.
right, because even when they question you, you feel that they are questioning you so that they get the facts and willing to assist, not giving you a hint of questioning you because we're going to decline or something.
Oh no, they just were very straightforward. You
And
verify who you
professional,
are, and everything was sorted. So it was really, really comforting to know that there was somebody there holding my hand.
Yeah, so I know, Dumelo, you mentioned it as a grudge purchase, and that in these tough economic climates, you don't always have the money for insurance. But would you say that if you did not have insurance in your lives when those shocks hit you, that you wouldn't be sitting here sharing with me the developments today?
Absolutely.
You can imagine if I was going to spend more than 50,000 rands, which I don't have sitting somewhere out there. So they assisted me. Even the youth, that's what we tell them. You have beautiful cars, please insure your assets. It helps.
And I suppose your last word would be take care of your family.
Always, I've just now taken over this whole thing, and I'm going to continue on the same way that my husband. I mean, he used to do all these things, and I never really took much note of it. But now I understand how important it was.
Absolutely important. Thank you both for opening up and sharing your story with us.
Much.
And we wish you all the best with your continued journeys with Nedbank Insurance.
Thank you.
You've heard there from the clients that have benefited from Nedbank Insurance, different experiences for different people, different shocks that hit at different times. But if you are covered, then you are able to handle those shocks. When we return from the break, we get to hear some of the myths and truths about insurance and really just what information you need when you approach an insurance provider. Stay with us.
Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. It's not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day. In partnership with Alex FM, Westside FM, Sosha FM, Kofifi FM, Teta FM, Izwi Mzansi, Radio Kwezi, Highway Radio, Bembe FM, Alfred Nzo FM, Mahiken Radio, Nkangala Radio, Radio CK FM, Radio Zibonele. You're listening to Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. It's not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day. Life doesn't always give you a heads up. A burst pipe, a stolen car, a phone call you never saw coming. But when the unexpected happens, you don't have to face it alone. With Nedbank Insurance, you face it prepared with cover that makes sense and support that shows up when it matters most. At Nedbank Insurance, we believe insurance should be simple, humane, and built around your life, not the other way around. That's why we've created cover that understands where you are and where you're going. Whether you're just getting started or planning your legacy, we are not just offering policies, we are helping you protect what matters most with insurance you can bank on every day. Ready to move to insurance you can trust? Visit the nearest Nedbank branch. Find us online on nedbank.co.za/insurance. Use the Nedbank Money app or call us on 0800 333 111. Nedbank Insurance is not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day. Will your life cover claim pay out when your family needs it the most? It's not too late to take up life cover you can trust. Whether you're young and starting out or starting a family, Nedbank Insurance Life Cover grows with you. Just ask Thabo, a young father who took out 3 million rand life cover right on the Nedbank app in under 5 minutes. No long forms, no waiting in line, no blood tests. Real cover, real quick. Ready to move to insurance you can trust? Visit the nearest Nedbank branch. Find us online on nedbank.co.za/insurance. Use the Nedbank Money app or call us on 0800 333 111. Nedbank Insurance. It's not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day. Did you know you can get up to 100,000 Rand in funeral cover from as little as 50 Rand a month? Maria didn't want her children burdened with costs one day. So she planned ahead and took out Nedbank Insurance funeral cover and made sure her family wouldn't carry that financial weight during their grief. Ready to move to insurance you can trust? Visit the nearest Nedbank branch. Find us online on nedbank.co.za/insurance. Use the Nedbank Money app or call us on 0800 333 111. Nedbank Insurance. It's not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day. You're listening to Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. It's not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day.
Welcome back to Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. We are back with Dr. D, Dr. Darlene Kalonji Mbukula, and we're going to be talking all things about myths and truths about insurance. So we'd love to hear from you as well. But before we open those lines, I have 3 quick myth-busting questions for our Nedbank guests, just to clear the air on some of those common misconceptions, Dr. D. Number 1. I'm a great driver. I don't need car insurance. What do you say to that myth?
Don't we all think that we're awesome drivers? This partly explains why an estimated 70% of cars on our roads are actually not insured, and partly why people end up needing a loan to fix a car that is damaged, which could have been covered by insurance. Also, motor vehicle accidents are the leading cause of death for males under 35 in South Africa, which speaks to the need of having life cover as well. It is also important to note that car insurance is not just for you and your car. You may have money to fix your own car, but not the Ferrari that you've just bumped. So good car insurance also covers damages to third party, which really then helps.
Okay, myth number 2. I don't have that many assets. Insurance is for people with a number of assets. I rent my property and I also use taxis. Surely I don't need insurance.
That's another common one, and it's not true. Insurance isn't just about your house or your car. It's about your life. It's about your income and your family and your future. So if something happened to you tomorrow, who would actually carry the cost? So with Nedbank Insurance, we offer affordable cover, including legal, personal accident, and funeral policies for people at all income levels. So you don't have to be rich to protect what matters most to you.
Thanks, Dr. D. Now, the last one is a big one. All life covers require blood tests. Is this true?
Not all life covers require blood tests before you can actually take cover. There are options where you can get life cover without doing blood tests. For example, we offer life cover of up to 3 million without a need to do any blood tests.
Dr. D, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for busting some of those myths. But all the information you've shared with us throughout the evening, we are all enriched from your insights. Thank you very much. So the message is clear. Insurance isn't just for some. It's for all of us. So with that, we have a few voice notes from some of our listeners, and we want Nedbank to answer your questions and comments, if you have any, to clear up any confusion, and of course to help you get the info you need to make better decisions. Maybe you're also wondering which product fits your lifestyle, or if you are already covered. Let's hear what you have to say.
You're listening to Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. It's not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day. What makes Nedbank Insurance different? This is not just any other insurance. This is insurance that lives inside your bank. Insurance you can trust. You don't need 5 different service providers. You don't need to be an insurance expert, and you sure don't need to be wealthy to be protected. We offer cover you can manage from one place. Whether you walk into a branch, use the Nedbank app, or speak to us on the phone. Trust isn't just a promise, it's a commitment we keep when you need us the most. Ready to move to insurance you can trust? Visit the nearest Nedbank branch. Find us online on nedbank.co.za/insurance. Use the Nedbank Money app or call us on 0800 333 111. Nedbank Insurance is not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day. Are your everyday essentials covered by insurance you can trust? Your car, your phone, your home, your furniture. With Nedbank Insurance Personal Lines, you're covered when things go wrong. Take Sanele. When a geyser burst and flooded her flat, her claim was handled in less than 48 hours. Sorted. Done. Ready to move to insurance you can trust? Visit the nearest Nedbank branch. Find us online on nedbank.co.za/insurance. Use the Nedbank Money app or call us on 0800 333 111. Nedbank Insurance is not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day. Will your life cover claim pay out when your family needs it the most? It's not too late to take up life cover you can trust. Whether you're young and starting out or starting a family, Nedbank Insurance Life Cover grows with you. Just ask Thabo, a young father who took out 3 million rand life cover right on the Nedbank app in under 5 minutes. No long forms, no waiting in line, no blood tests. Real cover, real quick. Ready to move to insurance you can trust? Visit the nearest Nedbank branch. Find us online on nedbank.co.za/insurance. Use the Nedbank Money app or call us on 0800 333 111. Nedbank Insurance is not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day. You're listening to Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. It's not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day.
So we've got our first voice note from someone who's been listening very keenly to our discussion this evening. Let's take a quick listen.
My name is Mbali Chokwe. I'm already banking with Nedbank, but my insurance is not with Nedbank. My question is, I would like to know what are the benefits if I were to decide to move my insurance to Nedbank. Thank you.
Okay, so Doc, there is the first question. What is your response?
Great question. As a Nedbank client, moving your insurance to the bank means you get everything in one place. Convenience at its best, right? Banking, insurance, and the support that you need. Plus, you get to enjoy additional premium discounts when you take out insurance with us. That is very convenient. And you get to actually also pay your premiums directly from your Nedbank account.
Hi, my name is Tuto Mohale, and I've got a question. How long does Nedbank take to pay out funeral cover? Because, as you know, for many of us, we need to have the funeral within 7 days, and my current provider doesn't pay out within that period. So I just wanted to find out how long Nedbank takes, because if they do have a short payment period that falls within those 7 days, and allows and would allow me to have that funeral within 7 days, I would definitely look at switching my insurance to Nedbank.
That's a very important question, isn't it, Doc?
It is, and I think we pride ourselves very much in how we pay claims promptly. So with all our funeral claims, we actually pay them in under 30 minutes, and so if all documentation is there, under 30 minutes it will be paid. I mean, some were even paying in seconds. We do undertake to pay all of them in, let's say, less than 12 hours, but it's guaranteed that we do quick processing, which is less than 30 minutes.
That is very impressive. Quite a standard that you've set yourself as a Nedbank Insurance. Let's take a listen to some other voice notes that are coming through.
Good evening to everyone listening. My name's Stella, and I wanted to just say that I actually have car insurance with Nedbank, and the most reliable thing about them is that I'm able to call and organize a pick up and drop off from quite literally anywhere. I mean, I can even call them to have them pick me up after Groove. And I think it's such a wonderful safety feature, especially in the times that we live in. And I just wanted to say that I love that so much about Nedbank, and this has been a really, really great chat.
Isn't that nice? So you don't have the worrying about whether your Uber or your Bolt driver is, someone with nefarious intentions.
Yeah.
You could just call your insurance provider.
100%. And we are really trying to make sure that we provide insurance that you can bank on every day. So why not create the convenience for you? After having a party, we can take you home.
We can take you home indeed. Sure. Let's listen to a couple more voice notes that we have.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I've heard that regular reviews of insurance can be crucial. How often should I reevaluate my policies with Nedbank to ensure I'm getting the best coverage at competitive rates?
Reevaluating your policy, how important is that? How often is it, and how important?
That's a very good question, because our life circumstances change. So as they change, we should also review. I would actually suggest that at least once a year, but however, don't wait for the once a year. If circumstances have changed, revalue. If you've added something great to your home, again, make sure that you are covered adequately. So it is all dependent upon what you're going through. Make sure that whenever there's a change, you also take note of it.
Yeah, I think we've got one more from one of our listeners this evening. Let's listen to that one before we wrap things up.
Hello, my name is Lerato Masemola. I'm 39 years of age. Speaking of money matters, my partner doesn't even know how much I earn. So how do I even start the conversation about life policies, life insurances? I mean, where do I even begin?
That takes us back to the uncomfortability of money talk, right?
Yeah.
How does she begin?
And I think it's not to begin with the fact of saying we need a policy. But I think the important thing is really looking at their life to say, if something happened tomorrow, what would it mean? Let's say, for example, if, they've got children. So what would the impact of a change, a drastic change in their life, what would it mean from an income perspective, from a life change perspective? How would tomorrow look like? I think once you answer that part, it is easy then to come back to saying, how do we then manage this risk? Which then leads you to looking at the appropriate and suitable options, from a cover perspective.
Thank you so much, Dr. D. We really do appreciate you joining us and engaging with the listeners, because they are the most important ones. They are existing and potential clients.
Yeah.
And that is what Nedbank Insurance looks for, to take care of clients as best as they can.
Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. It's not just any other insurance. It's insurance you can bank on every day. In partnership with Alex FM, Westside FM, Sosha FM, Kofifi FM, Teta FM, Izwi Lomzansi, Radio Kwezi, Highway Radio, Bembe FM, Alfred Nzo FM, Mahiken Radio, Nkangala Radio, Radio CK FM, Radio Zibonele. Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. See money differently.
What a show. Tonight we have unpacked the uncomfortable, busted a few common myths, and heard powerful real-life stories that show you just how much having the right cover can change things when life gets tough, because it really does sometimes. From My Cover Life to funeral and personal lines, we've explored how Nedbank Insurance is making protection simple, practical, and truly accessible. It's not just about policies, it's about peace of mind, dignity in difficult moments, and the confidence to know that what you've built is covered. Over 1 million South Africans already trust Nedbank Insurance, and after tonight, you can understand why. If you want to explore your options, get a quote, or ask some more questions, you can open the Nedbank app or visit nedbank.co.za/insurance, or call 0800 333 111, or you may simply walk into your nearest branch. Money Matters continues next week, brought to you by Nedbank Insurance, as we keep sharing real conversations about money, planning, and protecting what matters the most. Let's keep the conversation going on social media. Your questions, your stories, and your voices do matter, because this isn't just about insurance, it's about you. I'm your host, Ropwa Madzena, and it's been a privilege to be with you this evening. Until we meet again, stay informed, stay covered, and protect what you love. Good night.
Money Matters, powered by Nedbank Insurance. It's not just any other insurance, it's insurance you can bank on every day. In partnership with Alex FM, Westside FM, Sosha FM, Kofifi FM, Teta FM, Izwi Lomzansi, Radio Kwezi, Highway Radio, Bembe FM, Alfred Nzo FM, Mahiken Radio, Nkangala Radio, Radio CK FM, Radio Zibonele,